go. In the video, I think the odometer is blinking like crazy. That's just because of the video for whatever reason. But see the ABS and brake light? That came on. And so this is a common problem from 2000 to 2002. This one's got it. The module needs to be resoldered. To get to the module is very difficult. And because of that, dealership's going to charge you like, man, last time I checked, around $1,500, $2,000, because it's a lot of labor getting in there. And of course, they're not going to resolder it. They're going to replace it with a new part, yada, yada, yada. So this is not, oh, it's just an easy fix. I've been driving it for 10 years like that. You can drive it like this and it's, fine. And the ABS still functions when the lights are off, but we repair it. And so this is another thing, again, a negotiation. And the longer the test drive, the more chance that you'll get these lights on. And so now I'll check all the windows. So my driver, passenger are going down. The rear one's going down, cool. So I'll get everything else back up. I'll check door locks. Yep, we're all good there. And then I'll go to the AC. I heard the AC compressor kick on. Okay, so this is another problem here. Looks like we got some issues with this. I think the compressor is working, but it's only working on the 5 max, as you can see, right? And it looks like the blend door motor, it's not switching. So blend door, not working. And then this is a, it can be fixed, but it's another annoying thing that we're gonna have to do, right? And then I reached up here. There's the rear controls. So I'm seeing if the AC is working, really. So I'll change that. I think we do have good AC, which is a good thing, but we've got some other things to fix. So again, keep writing that on. I would write it down on my list here. And then windshield washer, windshield wipers, going through that. And then I'll also, click on the headlights, check brake lights, headlights, all of that, see if that's going. Dome light. Yep, we're good there. Little stuff like that. Again, it just adds up. CD player. This is an aftermarket one, so I'm not familiar. Okay, looks like we're good. We got some radio. How did I get here? I'm not who I want. Okay, this is a semi-new radio. Not really, actually. I don't think it doesn't have Bluetooth, but it was nicely installed. It looks like I can hear the stock subwoofer working. The speakers sound good, so I'm not gonna mess with this. It looks clean. So next I'll start driving. And in the test drives, you try to get a good highway amount on there to get the transmission nice and hot. These half-ton Suburbans, they can, I would say the weakest link in them, as far as major drivetrain stuff, is going to be the transmission. And so you want to see if that thing is going to slip on the test drive. So, don't be afraid to drive it, harder than maybe you normally do, and to get it, on some good highway cruising speeds. That's when the transmission is really going to warm up. It takes a long time for it to warm up, but I'm not going to do this on this test drive, but I'm just driving around, and then I'll find a nice like open lot to test out the 4-wheel drive. So I've found a nice open lot, so I'm going to start testing 4-wheel drive. So there's 2 to 4. You can do that one on the fly, and then you want to crank it. Okay, it's hard to get on the video, but so I'm cranked, right? And then you get you're chirping, it's binding up in the front. That's what you want. This is exactly what 4-wheel drive. Now, if you go on pavement, you'll get it to do it more, but you don't want to drive, long periods of time with that. But it is a good idea to do it on pavement on the test drive, in my mind, and because that will see if a CV axle is going bad and stuff like that. So there's neutral. I'm going to go in 4 low. There, clicked in, and I'll do that again. So we're really, we're low. So yep, we're bucking around. It's definitely engaged. You can hear it, kind of like a moaning sound from the front end. That's those are all good things. So 4-wheel drive works great in this one. I won't have to do anything on it, which is a huge plus. I'm going back to 4 high. I'm in neutral again, and then there's 2. The auto feature, if all of these are working, the auto feature will work, and that's just for snow, so it's harder to test that feature than these 3. Okay, and also I'm doing there we go, I kind of punched it, RPMs go up, and then I'll do a hard stop. Okay, so rotors felt really good on this, and so I don't have to replace rotors on this. Pads, that remains to be seen, but at least I know the rotors are good. And then also on this test drive, I will test out like cruise control. And so let me get it up here. Everyone likes cruise control nowadays, so I'm only going like 20, but it'll still engage. And so here we are, just let's see here. I have to go above 25 on these ones. There we go. You have to go above 25 miles an hour for the cruise to engage, but it's all working, so that's good. So we've tested out pretty much everything on the list. I'll go through right now and double check it. And right now I just remembered one thing. I'll get the heat going, even though it's too much for the heat. Okay, yep, settled right down. I think we've got good heat. Yep, heater's working great. So we do know that, this control is working, but we need to work on this. This is also a part of the test drive where this doesn't have check engine light on, but it does have the ABS and brake light. I know what it is just because we've done a ton of these things, and I know exactly what the ABS and brake light code is going to be. But if it's another type of light, check engine light, another type of ABS light that I'm not familiar with, or anything service 4-wheel drive, there's so many. A scanner is great to have. Now this scanner, it's pretty mid-level. It's nothing crazy, but it will check the ABS codes and the airbag codes. That's another thing to watch out for. But if you just get a cheap $30 scanner or whatever on Amazon that just does check engine lights, that's fine, and it'll get you by to buy the car. And if it has an airbag light and an ABS or brake light, you might have to, roll the dice a little bit, but those can get expensive. So it is best to know what those lights are too. Also, I'm sitting here just at idle, and I'll look at the oil pressure gauge. We're sitting right above 40, which is good. At idle, you can even get below 40, 20 to 40 is fine. This is, having good temperature, good pressure. And then the temperature gauge, we're right around 210, which is great. Voltage, right around 14, again, is great. Fuel pump, or the fuel, I can't think right now. The level, we're showing full. I know that is working. And then RPM, speedometer, check this, the tripometer, it's all working. So I'm looking at the sheet here to see if I missed anything. Power seats, we're good. That one's a manual one over there. I already checked it. AC, we checked that. Windshield, there's no cracks, so that's good. All the rest of the glass is good. I didn't go over, rust on the body on the outside. This one looked really good. There's no, surface rust or anything on the body. Now underneath, there's going to be surface rust, and so, we'll check that if it's extensive, and obviously if it's like, rusting through the frame, which I've never seen around here. You obviously wouldn't buy something like that. And then, just checking if the title is clean or not. Yeah, that pretty much, sums up everything that I would go over. And I'm sure I missed something. I'm not, maybe as picky about some things just because I know I can fix all of them. And so it depends on, price is really key. Like this one, you guys saw, we had like the seats and what's some other expensive things, like the ABS problem, the HVAC system. So there's a lot of like little stuff that adds up. But again, like I'm familiar with it, and so I can repair these things. Someone that maybe is not familiar with cars, or is having to pay someone, like $100 an hour to fix some of this, that's going to rack up really fast. And so that's why most of our clients are, going with us, because all of that is fixed. But if you buy something, on your own, and then, slowly, peck away at it, or it's in better shape than this one to begin with, then, and bring it to us, then we can do our thing to it. But this Suburban, depending on where you're at, the values are going to change, dramatically. But we got a good deal on this thing, and we got a good deal of things to fix. So just keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to negotiate, on these marketplace, Craigslist. If you're buying from a dealership, same thing. Just, do your homework, know what you're, getting into, have a checklist, be organized, and, be as thorough as you can, with buying a vehicle. And then above all, if you miss something, or you buy one and it has a problem that you didn't catch, it happens. We even happens with us. Nice thing about these is parts are very affordable, and they're pretty easy to work on. So you've picked a good car. But that pretty much sums up part 2 of the, how to buy an overland vehicle, specifically the GM platform. And hope I covered everything you guys wanted. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and I'll try to get to them. But thanks, and have a good one.